What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. My name is Franco Torres, and today we're taking a quick listen to the PRS NF53 in what they call the Jasper Smokeburst. Let's take a quick listen to it. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Like I said, my name is Franco Torres. I'm a guitar player based in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And today we're talking about this really cool guitar. As you can see, it's very familiar. It's been out for a while. Just now I got the chance to actually test it here. And it's really cool. Obviously, it's very familiar. It's a T-style guitar. This is the PRS NF53. NF standing for Narrowfield, 53. The year that, the guitar, the famous T-style guitar, came out, and this is kind of like an ode to that, right? It's Paul's take on what would have been, his version of that. And honestly, it's really cool. I'm gonna actually quickly plug in a photo that I think is really cool, which is me playing Paul's actual 53 Nocaster or Blackguard Telecaster. I want to say it's still a Telecaster. It's not a broadcaster, but it's a super early Telecaster, which is pretty much what he kind of like set out to beat when he created this fantastic guitar. And don't tell anyone, but I didn't want to like this more than that, and I might like this more than an actual vintage Telecaster. And there's a lot of factors to why. Particularly the neck. The neck is fairly slimmer than that of like an older Telecaster. It's not as thick. It's still a pretty chunky C, but it's what they call the pattern 53, right? So based out of that other guitar. But it just feels right to me. The fretwork feels fantastic. The radius is actually 10" instead of the traditional 7.5, which is super cool. It's a little bit more modern. Pickups are obviously, not your traditional single coil. There are the Narrowfield pickups, which essentially are humbucker pickups voiced like single coils. And they sound and give you the bite of a single coil without necessarily having a lot of hum. These have actually quite a bit of output, which I think is really, really freaking cool on this particular model, because it gives you just a little bit more bite to it, and it just sounds great. You're going to listen to a little bit more. The bridge is a two-piece brass saddle bridge, which is really interesting because it definitely helps in terms of the tone. There's a lot of brass here in this guitar. Brass here. There's brass over here in the actual tuning pegs, which Paul is a really firm believer of. Just the brass contacts make it resonate a little bit more. And I've got to agree, it's a really resonant guitar. Maybe the microphone picks that up, but it's really, really resonant. and really modern. It's got a contour over here on the top, contour over here in the back. The paint job is really cool. It's their Jasper Smokeburst, which at first I wasn't a huge fan of it, and now having it over here and playing it a little bit more, I can say that I I kind of dig it, man. It's a really vibey color. You know, we got the red and like the white dog hair underneath. I think it's actually really freaking banging, man. It's a cool guitar. We've got the bird inlays, as always, obviously with PRS guitars, and I mean they look great. Maple, you know, neck and fingerboard. And without further ado, let's listen to it just a little bit more, just in case I am playing it all through a pedal board, and the main amplifier on the pedal board is a Thermion Freeway, which I absolutely love that pedal. And then when I'm using some delays and reverbs, I'm using both the built-in reverb on the Thermion, and I'm also using the D1 R1 and the Keeley Mk3 Driver, which used to be called the Keeley Muse. Anyways, let's check it out. Man, I like the guitar a lot. I've played both this one and the Miles Kennedy, and I do feel like the Miles Kennedy is a little bit more on my alley regarding the pickup configuration, because it does have a 5 switch. This one just has a 3-way, which is totally, I mean, it's totally fine, totally usable. And I mean, that's what a Telecaster should be. The Mk3 I just think is a little bit more modern, and I kind of like dig that. But this guitar is honestly really cool. It stacks up well to a Telecaster. They have something going on with these pickups. It's just pretty insane. The output, the volume that you get out of these, and just the snarky attack that you can get out of them without really having to do much, really, is just insane to me. It's a really, really versatile instrument. I'm all for instruments that can do much more than what they're mainly intended for, right? I'm a huge fan of versatility in general. So, I think it's great if you're looking for something like a Telecaster, but don't necessarily want to go with a Fender and want something maybe a little bit more modern. Like I said, it's got the belly cut, it's got the arm contour over here, it's got a contour here on the top so you can have access. And as you can see, my hand isn't even like, digging into the actual body, and my fingers are comfortably hitting the 22nd fret, which I dig quite a bit, and it's freaking beautiful. It's a really vibey guitar. So I mean, if you're looking for a T-style guitar, this might be what I would recommend to check out. These. Anyways, if you like this kind of video, please do consider liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, all that kind of jazz. That actually helps more than you think, and it helps a small creator like me just make more videos and make more of this happen. And drop down if you have any experiences with these guitars. Drop them down below. Would love to hear what you guys think. If anyone's compared it to an actual Fender vintage Telecaster, it'd be freaking awesome to have that conversation as well. Anyways, like I said, I'll see you guys on the next video.